Okay. I like Machine Strike.
Let me have a look.
It's I wish I could hear the music. I think that's my I think that's my biggest complaint right now. Because they could really have some nice music going on. But other than that, I think I'll be more than happy to continue playing that. Music is the sound of my destroying my opponent's pieces? I can't disagree with that.
The same side here. The bristlebacks threaten us all.
Oh, drop the act. We all know it was the Carja who let the bristlebacks into the valley, sent them straight through the gates of Barren Light.
That is
Yeah,
preposterous. Why would... What do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself. Walloper of Derval, Gutter of Hughes.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Ulvund Freeholder, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my... saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The, burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osseram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Osseram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Osseram laborers of this land who do all the backbreaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. Then just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
Of course.
If Chainscrape is on Karja land, shouldn't a Karja be in charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Osram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chainscrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
You said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say Chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Osram.
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town, but with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is going to get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Carja magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern.
Am I lost? Or am I exactly where I'm meant to be? Who can say?
Pumped into a stream yesterday with someone playing Sonic 06 in the retro category. Crazy that PlayStation 3 and 360 are now considered retro. Well, in my experience, the retro category is not policed at all. So people just stream whatever they want. I've seen brand new games in the retro category before. I have problems with the retro category, which I have explained before, and it's that I think a lot of people just use it to it's built up a sort of haven for games that don't necessarily have categories for it, and people can go there to see like old games and stuff like that. But most games out there, like there's a lot of games out there that have categories. I don't think the retro category is necessarily needed, but you know, people keep using it. Stuff and stuff.
Savior,
Stuff and stuff.
Thank you for taking the time, and my condolences that you had to endure Ulvund's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Carja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is Barren Light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Ulvund up.
What is this concession decree that Ulvund wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Carja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time.
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. No, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
How did you get stuck out here?
I over it.
But your job like
He's. No, I have to.
How does blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks help Ulvund get his concession?
Look around. This may be the Sundom, but Chainscrape is all gears and rust and bad ale. Claiming that the Karja loosed the bristlebacks in order to intimidate Oseram laborers into obedience. Well, let's just say no one here has forgotten the atrocities of the Mad Sun King. And with the bristlebacks bringing work in the valley to a halt, Ulvund has plenty of time to pick at barely healed wounds.
And if the Oseram refuse to work, unless the concession is signed, you won't have a choice.
Correct. The reconstruction of Barren Light must continue.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking, then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop blaming the Karja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
You'll say the retro category automatically brings together retro gaming fans like you, but you do agree there are some that just stream modern games there and don't respect it. Saw someone do Kingdom Hearts 3 there. Another person streamed old Nicktoons and the entirety of Tron Legacy in Spanish. I think the idea of it being a spot where, you know, like people can congregate, you know, and enjoy old games and things like that, you know, that's cool. But like the way I understand how Twitch is supposed to operate is that if you're gonna stream a video game, you need to stream it under the category that that is assigned to it. And I don't think people do that.
Knew you couldn't resist some good company.
What I feel is that everybody congregates into the retro gaming category, regardless of if there's a category for the game or not. And this is just my opinion based off of what I have seen and based off of what some people have said. But I feel like people flock there because there's an audience there. There are some categories of games in the retro that probably have like less than 100 people following that category, which means, you know, you're probably not going to get anybody brand new to come in there. But if you stream in the retro game category, there's going to be plenty of people that will browse the category and look for something. My problem is that I want to go into a category because I want to watch that specific thing. If I go into the retro category, I can see thumbnails that for games that could potentially spoil any number of things for me, and I don't want that experience with a category like that. It's kind of messed up to just go into the retro game category and be like, have to scroll through all these games and see all these like images and things like that that probably just don't even belong there. You know, I get it. You know, it's a great place for growing your audience. And, you know, I don't necessarily fault anyone for that. My issue just stems from, you know, most games don't or should not be streamed there. And you know, there's no enforcement, I guess, to say otherwise.
Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
So the bristlebacks in the Daunt. Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But I heard talk of some vanguards trying to take them down.
Did they come through here?
Stopped by briefly for supplies. Ulvund was none too pleased. Won't be able to crank it to his advantage once the bristlebacks are gone.
But how could bristlebacks and the Daunt help Ulvund?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Ulvund has taken to blaming the Karja for him. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give him half a reason, they'll blame the Karja for anything.
Damn Karja slavers.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back. But realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
So about Ulvund.
Around here, everything's about Ulvund.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help Ulvund?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Ulvund has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an Elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
Just wait until I actually set my hair on fire. Yeah, you agree. It makes it cluttered. Thankfully, just looking at thumbnails makes it easy to see what people are really playing. You've seen some people do 3DS games in the retro category too. You guess depending on what you defined as retro, you could see 3DS as retro. Always something. Still wild to you seeing Fire Emblem Echoes Shadow of Valentia in there too, given that it came out 6 years ago for the 3DS. Wasn't that a remake of like an older game? Where's this question mark? This is an herbalist. I keep finding myself in this place, and I keep getting lost.
You oblivious or just rude? Slow.
Okay. Let's do this quest, I guess.
I'd say I'm happy to see you, but I'm not drunk enough.
Arrows. Make it happen. Traps. We need squirrel bone for that. I'm not big on the traps right now, so we'll hold off on that. Read the outfit. At +1 concentration.
Well, that depends on what you need.
Okay, a long way to go. I think. Yes. Let me know. I think I'm gonna have to walk. That was a remake of Gaiden, yeah. Also your favorite Fire Emblem game. Took it back to Path of Radiance style. My supervisor at work is a big fan of the Path of
This will be in my
Radiance,
stash when I need it.
Radiant Dawn Fire Emblem games. Don't want none of this, dog. Too many boars. Fire. Rammed into that tree, almost knocked it down.
It's fallen!
your blood. Coming for your blood. Coming for your blood. Coming for your blood. Let's see, I think there was like one more canister that I need to grab, and that's the one.
Scroungers. Mildev said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles. Gotta find a cauldron to learn how to override machines. Gotta be ready.
How'd that hit me? Whoop.
Okay, now to look through the scrap piles for a metal panel. Gotta be prepared. I think I have everything I need for Mildev. Good thing, too. I can use a decent meal.
Yum, yum. Alright, let's walk back. Guess admittedly, it's more forgiving than that. But the lessened focus on relationships between characters is pretty apparent, as opposed to more focus on the story and gameplay. Need you to die. Thank you very much. Killed any rabbits. So I do be needing those too. You know, Fire Emblem is like Pokemon for me. I have played a lot of Fire Emblem games, but I have not beaten a lot of Fire Emblem games.
could freeze
Such
that
is
machine.
life. Right, Rato. You to die. We can move on with our lives. I was tempted to get some more horns from that guy. It's fine. You've played all the 3DS Fire Emblem games, Awakening Fates Echoes. I've played a number of the older titles. So like Shadow Dragon, Sacred Stones. I've beaten both of those. Awakening, I don't think I've beaten. Is Fates the one where it has like 3 different games? I ask that. I think I ask that question every single time. Because I have the special edition of that game, and I have not beaten even the first game in that. Fates is the 3 games? Okay, yeah. I have Radiant Dawn, I have Path of Radiance. I have, Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn. But I've only played Path of Radiance, and I think it was only like 1 or 2 missions, and I was like, wow, 3D Fire Emblem game is kind of weird. And so I moved on with my life. The newer ones I've played and beaten, 3 Houses, and
Drinks later?
whichever one comes after that. I've already forgotten. It's another word for marriage. That's how I remember. The new Fire Emblem game that I just played. That is a bristleback. I'm gonna fight. That's gonna give me a lot of experience. Back to my regularly scheduled program here. Not knowing what I'm doing. Let's see. Man, What is the name of that one? I played it like 2 months ago. I've already forgotten the name of it. Oh, whatever the name of it is. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. It's the newest one. It just came out, like, this year. That's the one that I played. Invulnerable to projectile force. Oh, how am I supposed to get up there? I need to figure it out. Seems like I need to get into the tower somehow.
Give up the hunt soon enough.
I have to find way inside. There's like no way me to get inside. Climbing spots. Definitely confused. I'm back. Engage? Yeah. Engage. Yeah, see? Marriage. Engage.
Should use shock ammo.
Oh my gosh. I did not deserve that. They gave me, like, aim tracking right there. What is that?
I think that metal tower is giving off the signal. I could head over there, check it out.
The corny one. Engage definitely was an interesting one. That much
Looks like some sort of quarry.
Mind me, I'm just gonna steal your stuff.
You picked the wrong day for sightseeing.
Check out this tower.
An image from the old world. Looks like some kind of building in front of sheer cliffs. The image is incomplete. But maybe if I line it up exactly with where it was taken, my focus can fill in the rest.
The Vista image was captured somewhere within the marked area on your map. Use your focus to line up the image with the world and find where it was taken. This looks like a bridge, so it's probably over here.
Hey girl, stay back. It's too dangerous.
It looks like the building in the image might have been near a river. Maybe there used to be a bridge nearby?
There's the marked area on my map.
And it's full of bristlebacks.
There was a campfire over here that I would like to get.
Ruins of a bridge. Maybe it's the same one from the image. I could try to line it up around here. It's a ruin from the old world. I could find something interesting inside. Okay. Glad I can help.
Try pushing it off.
Mighty thankful to you, Savior.
Just Aloy is fine.
Aaron mentioned you're not one for fancy titles.
You're Vanguard.
Well, here to escort Vaudise's delicate behind to the embassy.
If we can get rid of these bristlebacks.
Captain said to keep an eye on Chainscrape, then these ugly lugs showed up.
Gave the first one a good beating.
But didn't quite have time to roll out of the way when it fell.
Told you it wasn't a good idea to eat that much before heading out.
I should probably get going. You know where I can find Erend?
Captain went chasing after more bristlebacks further west.
Just follow the sound of cursing and you'll find them. Now, if you see any more of these bristlebacks...
I'll make sure to roll out of their way.
Might want to take some of these with you as well. They're handy in a pinch.
Thanks.
Stay safe, Aloy.
Smoke bomb. Deploy smoke bombs to confuse nearby enemies and escape into stealth. Can also be used underwater. Isn't that just pollution? But no. Oh my gosh. Are we Pumbaa sympathizers now? I think I'm more of a Timon type of person. see. I don't see any bridges here. Relic Ruins of the Daunt. The bridge there, I didn't quite line up. I feel like this is the place that I need to line up this vista to, but I don't see any bridges here. Also, this thing like won't go away, and I'm just kind of like stuck with it.
I think I'm almost in the right spot. That did it. Huh. Completing the image unlocked a data file. It looks like these Vista points were made by Miriam Technologies. That was Elizabeth's company. I wonder if I can find more of them out in the wilds.
Okay, that's great. Oh, hey, it's a robot game. It is. Hey, Ken. Obligatory. It's been a while. It's been a while. Oh, I got the Vista. That's Aaron's last known location. You go over here and figure out what's going on over here. Pumbaa's greater than Timon? Timon was scum of the earth. I'm gonna be 100% honest right now. I don't even remember which one's Timon and which one's Pumbaa.
Rigged with them.
Hey, you! Make it worth your while if you kill these scroungers.
It's always something. Hold tight! I'll see what I can do!
Try luring them into the tripwires.
They'll pass. Just gotta keep low and quiet.
Why kill it like that? What do you think the tripwires are for?
Why would I lure them into the tripwires?
Okay, fine. Kill them however you want. Tripwires are better, though.
Or dismantle these, or one metal shard. How about that?
I can get data to override machines from cauldrons. Just need to
I did not deserve that.
That's the last one.
Hello, Red. What a day, what a day.
What a day, what a day, what a day,
Thank
what
the
a
Forge
mighty
you showed
good day.
up. Tripwire's handy, but machine hunting's a youngin's game. Come on over. Let me give thanks proper like.
What a mighty good day. I know that's not the lyrics for the song, but you know, sometimes you gotta rewrite the songs.
I see you're a practiced hunter. Took you less time to kill those scroungers than vanguards to kill one bristleback.
So the vanguards came through here?
Yeah, just a bit ago. Took down that bristleback, headed south. But then those scroungers showed up to carve the carcass, as they do.
South, after more bristlebacks?
Probably. This whole valley is swarming with them. The vanguard seemed dead set on getting rid of them.
I see.
Hold on there, Red. If you're gonna go chasing across the Daunt, you're gonna want a tripcaster. Not just any tripcaster. One of my make. Free of charge.
Workmanship looks solid enough.
Yep. Been tweaking the design since I left Chainscrape. More room to tinker out here and less chance of, well, accidents.
It was an accident. Ha 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 ho. Nobody's gonna get that reference.
Did something happen in Chainscrape?
Well, like someone.
Let me guess. Ulvund.
Back when I had a place in town, he took a real interest in my wares. Kept pressing for the Ulvund discount. I said no. He didn't like that so much. I can't prove it, but that chuff bucket set my workshop on fire. Felt it best to put some distance between us after that.
Cable car operator told me the bristlebacks just appeared yesterday. Do you know anything about them?
How is old Karn? Back in the day, me and him got into all sorts of trouble. There was this one time that...
Anything about the bristlebacks?
No. Karn said true. They just showed up and ran amok. Lucky for me, I've got you and the Vanguard swooping in time to save my backside.
I should get going. Thanks for the tripcaster.
While you're blasting bristlebacks, I think I'll head down to the hunting grounds. Did you know they have a tripcaster trial? Come by later if you want to try it out.
Maybe. After I get things under control. So Erend headed south. Should be able to pick up his tracks with my focus.
Careful not to run into your own tripwires. I need to trigger that. Build up the shock. Focus to scan enemies to see if they are strong or weak. Great. Have you know that's theft? It's totally not theft. It can't be theft because what I'm doing is I'm preventing their destruction by dismantling them.
There's tracks headed up the hill. The errands? My focus can help me follow them. Let's see where this leads.
Not going that way just yet. All kinds of crazy stuff going on over here. Swan is the meerkat, Pumbaa is the warthog. Ah.
Okay, what do we have in here?
My memory serves. The meerkat is a suckalfu.
An old world relic. How do I get in there to get it?
I don't think that's how I'm supposed to do it. That's how I'm gonna do it.
Looks like this door needs some kind of key module. Maybe there's one in the ruin?
And scan it. How convenient.
A crate. This should be useful. Ah, damn. It's stuck. What's this data say?
I'm very surprised by that.
Okay, gotta find a key for the door.
I didn't grab that whatchamacallit. Let me grab that whatchamacallit real quick. Forgot about it.
There's a code for the locked door in this data. But I still need to find a key module.
Hey, that's not where I wanted you to go. There's a tripwire. Can you stop running that way? Of course there's a tripwire limit, you know? Otherwise, you could just go into town and put tripwires everywhere. That wouldn't be very nice. No fun in the game alone. I need a mark. We're gonna do that real quick.